Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Garrett. We're going to be doing a little test here today. Brand spanking new rifle that I just picked up. This is the Savage 110 Ultralite, and I picked it up in 6.5 PRC. So I've been looking for a rifle for quite a while now that was super lightweight, easy to pack around, easy to carry, one that would be a really good hunting gun. And the issue that I was coming across was that it wasn't in a caliber that I felt was sufficient enough to take and hunt pretty much anything in North America with. And I felt like the 6.5 PRC was probably the winner out of that whole category for me. So found one, thankfully. Wasn't able to find one immediately. I had to track one down. Ended up picking it up and sending it down to Trigger Firearms in Jeff City. And John there helped me out with it, and cannot wait to shoot this thing. One thing I want to point out with it is that I did add a Vortex Razor HD LHT scope to it. This one's the 3-15 by 42. I wanted a mil reticle, and I also wanted it in the HS5I reticle format as well, which the 50 bell, for whatever reason, Vortex decided not to include it with that one, so I ended up with a 42 millimeter. But I looked through both of them and I couldn't tell the difference between the clarity or light input or anything like that. So this gun itself, as you know, has the Proof Research barrel. This is a barrel that's made by Proof Research in Montana. They chamber them right there, ready to rock, and they send them to the Savage, and then Savage puts it inside their actions. So with that being said, and from what I've heard from people, these things shoot lights out. So I cannot wait to shoot this thing. So we've got factory 147 Hornadies here. It's a factory loaded match grade bullet. One thing that I definitely want to point out is that Savage says that the sorry, I had to change my setup here for a second. Big ol' snowstorm came hammering down, or excuse me, big ol' rainstorm came hammering down, so we had to move out of the rain a little bit. But anyway, like I was saying, Savage claims on their website that the magazine only holds 2 rounds. I'm here to tell you right now it holds 3, no problem. For whatever reason, they say that it holds 2. I don't quite know why, but I've got 3 rounds in here. There's 1, there's 2, and the third one's in there. So you can put 3 rounds in their magazine. You just push it down with your finger, and the third one slides right in there. It definitely is tighter than just the 2 rounds in there, but it fits in there no problem at all. Chamber's just fine. One thing I do want to point out, speaking of the chamber, I don't know if this is a Proof Research thing or if it's just a PRC thing. I don't truthfully know, but when you do chamber around, it is leaving a mark just ahead of the case mouth, like where the free bore or the throat of the chambering is, and it's leaving a mark all the way around the bullet, not just in any one spot. So I don't think it's a burr inside there. I think it's just a really tight free bore and really tight throat on this thing. I will say the factory loads are set at 2.950 for the overall length. The hand loads that I did, I went through with a Hornady overall length gauge and measured every single one of the bullets that we're testing out today. There's 5 different ones, and they were hitting significantly shorter than what this was hitting. So Hornady has it set at 2.950. The bullets in this gun were hitting at 2.880, so I seated them at 2.860, and all the rest of them I bumped off 20 thousandths off the lands. This is just an example, but every single one is bumped off 20 thousandths off from where they were hit. With that being said, we've got a menagerie of ammunition to test out today, so I'm going to shut up. I'm going to get this thing bore sighted, and I am going to break it in between each 3-shot group. I'm going to do 3, 3, 5, and then the gun's broken in. One thing I want to point out here, you just saw me throw it, this MKM machining throw lever. Man, this thing is sweet. It's made out of some super high-tech 3D printed polymer material. Tyler can probably tell you exactly what it is, but this thing is awesome, and it's literally indestructible. You can beat this thing with a freaking hammer and it won't break it. You can bend it in half, won't break it. It's insane. I also picked up one of his bubble levels. This is machined aluminum, and it's a super low profile, so it's just in front of the turrets here. How I've got it set up, you can put it on either side that you want. Super easy to install. I did all that before I even put it on the gun itself, and it was dead on, perfect flat. So Gonna give a shout out to MKM Machining up there in Ovos, Missouri. You can pick one of these up right on their website, and if you buy a scope, I'm pretty sure that he'll hook you up with some of them too. So check him out for sure. But like I said, we're just gonna get this thing bore sighted, get it on paper, then we'll start firing away some groups. See, these factory loads, they chamber super hard. I think it's hitting up in that free bore throat area for whatever reason. So
2982.
2982. Factory says these are going to do 2910. So I've got some faster speeds going out of this thing. You can really see where it grows inside the chamber. It actually put like kind of like a speckled, like a sandpapery style mark all the way around it. You can see how it pumped out into the chamber here. No blow by or anything like that. I see one little ejector mark, but it's barely noticeable. Primer's not flattened or anything. It's not cratered. Nothing real scraped on or nothing like that. So
2979.
that one's got the same exact marks on it basically from the chamber. I think it just needs to be shot in a little bit. That one came out a lot easier.
2986.
I mean, the speeds are super consistent. That's for damn sure. That bolt lifted a lot easier. That one extracted just fine. It's getting a little bit easier as we go, guys, so I think it just might need to be worked in a little bit. Not seeing any pressure signs on that at all either, so I'm going to go down there and check out that target. I'll be right back with you. I've got 6 rounds through the bore now, cleaning in between each 3. So I shot 3, put the G96 in the bore, used the G96 scrubber and blasted the oil back of this, because this has oil in it, back out of it. Then I ran a bore snake down through it twice, cleaned it all out pretty good, and it's absolutely spotless. So now part of the procedure is the 5-shot group. So that is one I'm going to show you guys, and we'll basically use that as the Hornady group and see how it does. If it doesn't shoot great, I'll give it 10 or 15 minutes to cool back down. We'll shoot another group or 3 or 5 and see what it does, and then we'll break into the hand loads. The hand loads themselves are using ADG brass. I picked this up from Ken's Custom Ammo / Ammo Guy LLC down there, Lycoming County, Pennsylvania. You can check them out right on Facebook. Ken's Custom Ammo Guy, and pick up your ADG brass from him. Super awesome dude. Really good dealer for pretty much anything reloading that you could possibly ask for, and he does sell firearms, which is an added bonus, which is pretty cool. But basically, I've got 5 different bullets, 2 different powder loads, 1 at max charge, according to Hodgdon, and then 1 2 grains below max. So we'll see what they do. The Hornady data was about 1.5 to 2 grains higher than the Hodgdon data, and I wasn't too keen on that, especially because I'm running ADG brass. It's definitely thicker. So you normally want to bump your powder charge down a little bit anyway. So I just went with the Hodgdon data, and it should work out pretty well. So without further ado, let's take the camera down there and we'll shoot this 5-shot group with the Hornady factory, and then we'll get right into shooting the hand loads. Well, holy crap, this thing can shoot. I'm pretty damn pumped with that. Lots of shooting here. Sorry, it might be a little bit of a longer video, but wanted to give you this gun a fair chance. Obviously we had, you know, some different ammunition available. It might be a little different. We could test some stuff out, but I decided to do 5 different hand loads. The best one by far, from what I can tell right now without measuring anything, is that 140 VLD Burger. That thing shot freaking lights out. Only had like 12 feet per second standard deviation. So really nice performance of that. The 147 ELD, we got 4 touching there and 1 off. I think I probably pulled that one. So we're probably gonna revisit that load as well, maybe play around with them. And again, I only did 2 different loads, 1 max and 1 2 grain below max. So really didn't try to dive into each one of them too much. So overall, brand new fired brass, once fired. Super happy with this. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. And as always, thanks for liking, sharing, subscribing. If you want to join us on Patreon, that really helps us out. You know, we're buying out all the stuff with our own money, so any support we can get from you guys definitely is appreciated and really helps us out. And of course, you guys can always make suggestions to us what you want to see next as well. So thanks a lot, guys. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Time out. Before you guys leave, I want to give you a little update on the rifle. I actually did end up sending the gun back to Savage. It's on its way there right now. It should be there on Monday, which here is in 3 or 4 days from now. I contacted Savage, contacted Proof Research. Proof redirected me back to Savage, but at the end of the day, more or less, it was confirmed that the gun, my particular gun, was cut with a worn out reamer tool, which obviously is the reason why the throat is so narrow and tight, and that's why the factory ammo was actually hitting on it. So unfortunately, there is a faulty, thing going on with the gun, so it's being sent back. However, it did shoot pretty damn well, given that fact, so I got to give credit to the rest of the barrel. It shot pretty good. However, it's a major issue, so that's probably why we were seeing some flyers going around and whatnot. So at the end of the day, the gun hopefully is going to get a new barrel put on it. I'm not sure what else they're going to do as far as to mitigate or correct the issue, but I do know that the tooling that was used on it was cut with a worn out reamer tool. So I'm not quite sure how that got past Proof Research's QC protocols and Savage's QC protocols when it comes to chambering around, firing it, and then extracting it. You guys saw how hard it was for me to actually get around a chamber. And I did get some Precision Hunter 143 ELDX as well to test out, which I'll be doing in the next video, hopefully with a follow-up. And 2 of those that I tried literally wouldn't even chamber at all. It wouldn't even let me push the bolt fully forward to where the bolt starts to lock back down at. So major issues there. Hopefully it gets corrected in due time. They say it's going to be right around 2 to 3 week mark, but we've got 4th of July coming up, so hopefully that doesn't throw a jam in the system. But if not, either way, we're going to be doing a follow-up video with this gun as well, so stay tuned. Definitely let me know what you guys think in the comments below if you've ever had this happen to a gun of your own, whether it's a Proof Research barrel or Savage or whoever. Let me know what you guys think about it and if it's happened to you as well. Once again, thanks a lot, guys, for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.